Mad Chemist Science. Today we'll be talking about the states of matter, chemical changes in matter, and the physical changes in matter. Hopefully by the end of this lesson you'll be able to define the three states of matter, be able to identify and give examples of chemical change, and finally be able to identify and give examples of physical change. I know you've been doing this since elementary school, but let's do it one more time just to make sure we got it. First, a solid. Solids are a substance that has a definite shape and a definite volume. I'd like to give the example of ice. An ice cube, it has a definite shape and it has a definite volume. Now that we've taken a look at a solid and defined that, let's go ahead and do the same for liquids. A liquid is a phase of matter that has a definite volume but not a definite shape. It will take on the shape of whatever container you put it in. Look at your bottle of water, 500 milliliters. Pour that into something else, it's still going to be 500 milliliters, it's going to be the shape of the container. Go ahead, pour that on the floor, you got a mess. You got a 500 milliliter mess, but it's still 500 milliliters. That leaves us with gas. A gas is a substance without definite volume or shape. It will expand to fill its container. Water vapor, which is shown here, is a substance that is currently a gas, but is normally a liquid or solid at room temperature. So what about plasma? Yes, plasma is one of the four fundamental states of matter, but it's more in the realm of physics than in chemistry, so we're not going to pay much attention to it. Now that we've talked about the different types of matter, let's talk about its phases. Matter changes phases by changing the kinetic energy of the substance. For example, with the addition of energy to ice, which is solid water, this causes it to change to its liquid form, water. With the addition of energy, the water becomes a vapor. It's a gaseous state. Now, decreasing the amount of kinetic energy will cause the water vapor to turn into water liquid. Continuing to decrease the amount of kinetic energy will cause the liquid to freeze, becoming solid water. Alright, so we've covered the states of matter. We've covered the phases of matter. Now let's talk about changes in matter. First, physical change. This will alter the appearance of the matter, but not the matter itself. So looking at this stack of wood, it was a tree, but it's still wood. They're logs. Now if you take and split those logs into firewood, it'd still be wood. If you were to take and then run those logs through a wood chipper, it'd still be wood. It still has the properties of wood. It's just smaller and smaller pieces of it. The next type of change is a chemical change. In a chemical change, there's a new type of matter formed. Using the wood, the firewood that we had previous, we're going to throw it in a fire. Now, when wood burns, it becomes something else. It becomes ashes, which are made up of all kinds of carbon-containing compounds, and then water vapor and carbon dioxide are given off. So wood burning is an example of a chemical change, so are cooking your eggs and your car rusting. So we find ourselves at the end of another lesson. So I need for you to ask yourself, can you define the three states of matter that we've presented today? Can you identify and give an example of a chemical change? And finally, can you identify and give an example of a physical change? I really hope you can. Until next time, this is the Mad Chemist.